And we are the Teen Advisory Board, and we are so excited for you guys to see our skits today. Now, we're performing 3 skits. One of them is sexting, the other is unhealthy breakup, and the third is healthy breakup. So, further ado, this is our skit.
Dog, did I tell you about this new girl I'm talking to?
New girl? Wait, the one from yesterday? The day before that? The one from last Friday? Because you know you got way too many to count.
Funny, man. No. Well, you know, this sexy lady, she makes all those other girls look like nothing.
Sexy?
Yes.
Man, your definition of sexy and my definition of sexy are 2 different things. Why don't you just show me a picture?
Well, hold on, man. All right, I got this. Yo, sweet cakes. What's up?
Oh my gosh, LJ just texted me. I can't believe he texted me. Okay, calm down. How am I gonna respond? Hi? No, that's stupid. What's up? Lame. Hey, smiley face. Perfect.
Dog, look, dog. She put a smiley face, dog. Dog, that means she's digging me. That means she's digging me. Come on, man.
Calm down, man. Where's the picture?
Okay. Patience, my brother, patience. You can't just jump into a conversation by asking for a picture.
Okay, man. Do you?
Okay. So, what are you doing?
Oh, he texted me again. Okay. Oh, nothing much. You?
Okay, this time you have to get the picture.
All right, man. I got this. You know, every number in my phone has a picture beside it. So why don't you go ahead and just, send me a picture of that pretty face. Thanks, babe.
He thinks I'm pretty. Let me fix my hair and I'll send him a picture. Oh, that one's hideous. Let's take another one. Oh my god, what's wrong with my hair? Okay, this should be good. Okay, perfect.
Dog, check out the game I got. I got that picture, dog. Man, I'm telling you.
Man, what is that? That's not a real picture.
What do you mean, real picture?
This is a real picture. You know, with some
Oh,
body, some
I
curves,
got
like
you.
a Coca-Cola
Oh, okay.
bottle. You feel me, homie? You feel me?
All right. Well, let me get down to business, man.
All right.
I was just playing,
I'm
but
sure.
I got this. All right.
Yeah, all right.
Cute picture, babe. But I was thinking of a picture with a little bit of show and tell. But I won't show anybody. Nobody.
Oh, wow. He wants a picture of my body? I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I really like him. And I think he really likes me. And he is so cute. But I don't know about this. I'm not sure. I mean, should I take it? Should I send it?
So, did you get it?
Alright, so what's going on Facebook? Let's see, let's check the news feed. Wow, Ashley Summers is no longer in a relationship. I wonder if her boyfriend knows about that. You know how that is. Wait, maybe that's how I should break up with Janet. I mean, I don't think I could ever tell her in person. Honestly, I've tried, but anytime I even hint at us having a problem, she just goes crazy.
What's going on, Michael? Is there a problem? Is there someone else? Who is she?
Oh my God. I can hear her voice right now, and she's not even here. She's driving me crazy. Oh, it's Natalie. Hey, I was at the music store and I saw a CD that reminded me of you. Aw, you're so sweet. Okay, so I'm just gonna change my status. Let's see. What are my options? Well, I definitely no longer want to be in a relationship. What else? It's complicated. I mean, that doesn't really help. When has it not been complicated? An open relationship? What does that even mean? Am I supposed to call Janet on Tuesday and then, like, call up Natalie on Thursday? Yeah, I think she would definitely think something was going on then. I'm just gonna go with single. All right, there, it's done. And I don't feel guilty about it.
Hey, Mike!
Wow, don't you guys ever knock?
Mike, this is a public restaurant.
Still, it's not polite to sneak up on people.
Sorry, were we interrupting something?
Oh, no. What would give you that idea?
Well, Mike, it seems like you're doing something on your laptop.
I was just checking my Facebook.
I'm sure you wouldn't mind if we checked out what you were looking at.
Sure, go ahead. Good luck figuring out the password.
Got it.
Ava, how'd you figure that out?
Girl, I've hacked into his computer about 3 times now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's time for some new passwords.
Let's check out the news feed.
Mike, why does your status say single?
Oh my God, did you finally break up with Janet?
When?
How did she take it?
Well, clearly she took it pretty well since he's still alive.
Okay, seriously, guys. I mean, Janet doesn't control me anymore. I decided it was time for us to be over, so I ended it. Hold that thought.
So, who are you texting?
Natalie?
Whoa, did you break up with Janet because you're talking to Natalie?
No, we're just texting. Nothing's happened.
Isn't texting cheating?
No.
Well, would you show Janet your text?
Of course not. What's wrong with you?
Then it's cheating.
And did you at least talk to her in person?
Don't tell me you did it on the phone.
Not exactly. You know how I told you earlier that I edited it myself? I kind of meant that literally. I just knew that Janet wouldn't be able to accept the situation if I confronted her in person, so I kind of just changed my relationship status.
Wait, you broke up with her on Facebook?
Of course I did. I'm scared of her.
See, Mike, that was your first mistake. You should have talked to her in person.
What? And face the wrath known as Janet? I don't think you understand the danger in that situation.
You can't break up with her on Facebook. I mean, that's even wrong for Janet.
It's for my safety. I mean, after I changed my status, I figured she'd get the point.
You know what? No. This has gone far enough. Mike, you need to man up and face Janet and tell the truth. You can't run from her forever.
I mean, what's the worst she can do?
Do you really want to know the answer to that question?
Seriously, just call her. And if you don't, I will.
There is no need, Michael. If you want to talk, we can talk.
Ava, girl, let's go.
Oh, don't leave.
Well,
Janet, look.
no, you look, Michael. How dare you?
Janet, let me explain.
Oh, you better explain, because you got away from me.
Lisa, I am so nervous. I've been thinking about breaking up with Ben this whole week. And I think he knows because he's been acting different towards me lately. But we can barely carry on a conversation. And when we do, we always get into fights. And now I'm about to go to his party, and things might get a little awkward.
Well, girl, you have to make the decision that's best for you. And if it's not working out, then why drag it out? And if things do get awkward, I got your back, right, girl?
Oh, Nick, man, you got the door for
Oh
me?
yeah, no problem, man.
Thanks, bro.
Hey, what's up
I'm
now?
good.
Party's just getting started,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
Who's your sexy friend over here? Oh, yes.
were coming tonight.
Yeah.
Everything cool between us? You know,
I mean, we're
called
cool.
me back the other night.
We're cool. I mean, why wouldn't we be?
Okay, well, that's cool, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So,
Good, Lisa, girl, you wanna come to the bathroom with me? Sure, girl.
Man, why do girls always travel in packs, huh?
Bruh, I have no idea. Maybe they got something they need to discuss.
I guess, man, but what's going on with you and Shay? It seems like your game is slacking a little, man.
I mean, I know what you're saying. I mean, she's been acting so different lately. I just get the feeling she wants to break up. Yeah, man.
Well, Ben, it seems like you guys are in love, you know? You really know everything's going good, but things are not the same, and you're feeling different about the relationship. Maybe you should just do what's best for the both of you all, just have a clean breakup.
Bro, where did that just come from?
Man, I don't know. I think it came from Oprah.
Very good woman. Yes. But anyway, man, you got the right idea. I mean, there's no point in dragging this relationship out. It's just only going to hurt the both of us. Thanks, bro.
Just do what you gotta do.
I don't think you should wait anymore. Tonight is the best night to get it over with.
You're right. Tonight is the best time to do it. It is important to tell them how I feel.
Hey, Nick, do you mind going with me to the kitchen to get some snacks?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Where you going? Hey, you got this, man. You got this.
Ben, can we talk for a minute?
Sure, come have a seat. You know, Shay, I really wanted to talk to you too.
Hey everybody, thank you for coming out. My name is Terrell Wright. Just, feel free to check out the playbill and turn on the back and check out our website at the bottom, realteenrelationships.com. All right, thanks, y'all have a good one.
Hi everybody, my name is Aisha Gentry, and in early 2008, Alabama Community Healthy Marriage Initiative collaborated with teachers, student counselors, and principals from Auburn and Opelika High School to form what is now the Teen Advisory Board. Students were nominated based on characteristics such as being self-motivated, having a strong service orientation, having an interest in learning more about healthy relationship skills, having design technical skills, being creative, and showing leadership ability. TAB members have continued to be selected and recruited based on these nominations from their school administrators. Each of us signs a contract, and we agree to abide by the guidelines that TAB sets for us. We do realize that people may look up to us as role models, so we try to practice what we preach. Currently, there are 29 official TAB members, including some original members that are now pursuing college degrees.
Hello everyone, my name is Irvin Comer, and I'm one of the original members of the Teen Advisory Board. Each member is required to go through a training curriculum called Relationship Smarts Plus, and this curriculum is based on a 5-year federal evaluation study at Auburn University, and it offers 13 activity-based lessons designed to guide teens into building healthy relationships and making wise choices. Some of these lessons include, I won't go through all of them, but some of them are maturity, values clarification and peer pressure, attractions and infatuation, realistic concept of love, and breaking up. It also features cutting-edge date violence prevention material and communication and conflict skills. Some teens, including myself, have been trained as Relationship Smarts facilitators, and we can now teach teens, or other teens. And we like to promote the idea with this that peer mentoring is more effective, right? And we now use the skills that we have learned from the curriculum as a lens or a framework in looking at our friends' relationships as well as our own, whether they be romantically or with friends, even with our parents and siblings. Whoa, happened to the lights. All right, okay, they're back. I'm gonna freak out.
We're tabbed.
So, of course, this is remembering, healthy behavior is easier said than done, right? I mean, because it can be difficult to undo years of unhealthy behavior. That's why we're starting now, rather than waiting until we're really old, like in our 30s and 40s. We want to avoid the mistakes that we see the adults all around us make.
Hey y'all, I'm Isaac Nunn. As Evan said, we did a Relationship Smarts program, In the relationship smarts, we learned like different things. Like in lesson 6, it taught us about unhealthy relationships, abusive relationships, and the warning signs that come with it. And in that lesson, it taught us the tools we need to help others and help me in our own relationships to help our friends out when they're in need. Take it away.
Hello, my name is Teresa Henderson, and as it was said earlier, TAB was formed as an outreach program of the Alabama Community Healthy Marriage Initiative in 2008. And since then, TAB has produced a myriad of products to reach Alabama teens and spread the word about healthy relationships. Our goal is to provide free and easily accessible information to encourage teens to decide and not slide into their relationships. We've produced videos, public service announcements, radio ads, even a website to convince teens of Alabama that healthy relationships matter and that they are possible. Also, we have been blogging, which has improved many of our writing skills. And we blog about everything, like everyday events, current events, and we interweave them with relationship issues. Blogging has helped us think critically about relationships and the messages conveyed in media. I mean, what are some of the lyrics in the music we listen to saying? And not to mention, we have billboards all around the state. How cool is that?
Hi, my name is Sharnae Marshall. We have attended several conferences across the Southeast, including this year's African American Healthy Marriage Initiative in Hampton, Virginia, where we performed our team-created play, You've Got to Hear This, It's Good and Juicy, and leading panel discussion. The plays and the skits that we perform are all team-created and team-produced. To enhance our visibility and further our outreach, TAB has created several t-shirts over the past 2 years, in which we proudly wear. We get asked about them at our school and during our community service work, which gives us the opportunity to tell acquaintances and even strangers about what we're doing.
We believe in partnership, just like the Alabama Community Healthy Marriage Initiative does. We're performing community service in addition to original public awareness activities. We have collected clothing for the Salvation Army and non-perishable food items for our local food bank. And we also participated in an Adopt a Park program sponsored by the City of Auburn. And yes, we do pick up trash, and there is a sign with our name on it. We also participated in American Cancer Society Relay for Life this year in order to provide support to our fellow TAB members who have lost loved ones. We are very proud of our accomplishments, and sharing a message at a conference such as this one is one of the greatest parts of being a TAB member. For more information and to see photos of our activities, please visit our website at realteenrelationships.com. Thank you.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to lead a panel discussion, and we're going to start by discussing the 3 skits that you just saw. And the first one was sexting, and the second was the unhealthy breakup, breakup over Facebook, and the third was the healthy breakup. Yeah. So with sexting, and y'all feel free to jump in. We're not going to bite you or anything. So, how common is sexting, like among high school students? I don't know how old you guys are, high school, college, like some of us went to college. So how common is that? Anybody?
Terrence?
I think it's very common. I don't know. I mean, is it?
That's what we're asking.
What is sexting? That's what I want.
Okay. So basically, sexting is sending inappropriate pictures to someone else. Sexting, something like that. So, I mean, you don't have to be uncomfortable to say it.
Yeah. Does anybody have maybe like a better definition? Oh, where? Okay, let's just speak. Yeah.
Stand up.
Yeah.
I think it's very common, because I know like some of my friends at home, they do it. Their boyfriends.
And the problem with when you sext or whatnot is that not only is it illegal, because once it's out there, and not only the person who sends the picture can be fined, the person who receives the picture can be fined as well. But going away from the legal standpoint, it like hurts people's feelings if you sex and it spreads around. And it was just not a good look for anybody to sext or to receive sex. So, does
Yeah.
anybody else?
Because when you send that picture of you naked, it could be anywhere on anybody's phone.
Exactly.
And like, you know, one thing about that, you know, that he just said, y'all notice in the skit. Oh,
Do you want to say it again?
Yeah. If you send a picture of you naked, it'll be on anybody's phone, so you don't know where it's gonna go. You could be like millions of like texts of you everywhere.
like one thing in the scene, you know, I can't remember their names. LJ and his friend were, or whatever. They were talking, and you know, during that time, you know, like, you know, Jerome was asking LJ, you know, he's just like, you know, let me see this picture or whatever of this girl. And, you know, when she sent it, you know, he was just like saying, you know, he was telling her, you know, I'm not going to show anybody, but, you know, here they are just sitting there, you know, already, like, looking or whatever. So, you know, it just starts there, you know, pretty soon, you know, they're sending pictures or whatever out. I mean, it's just, once it gets out there, there's no telling where it can go, and there's just no way to get it back. So that's some of the consequences of sexting. And how the scene ended, it wasn't exactly clear, you know, whether or not Ava actually sent the, you know, the text. You know, she was kind of debating about what she was going to do. What do y'all think she did, first of all?
Did you guys
Y'all think she
actually
sent it, or
the text?
no? Why not?
Right.
Okay.
Why do you think most people sext in the first place? I mean, not everybody's comfortable. Some of them feel like they're pressured in order to like get this guy to like them. Because like in the skit, like LJ was talking to all these other girls, and maybe like one girl felt like she had to send a sex message, and so he could like her over like all these other girls that he's talking to.
Alright, do y'all have any other questions about the first skit, or questions for us in general? Okay.
Okay. Well, the second one was demonstrating an unhealthy breakup or whatever. And basically, the thing with that was breaking up over Facebook. How often does that happen? Has anybody ever seen or heard of anybody breaking up over Facebook? I mean, from that, it seems like it's really often. Are there some problems with that? I mean, you know, like, what are the problems with breaking up over Facebook? Anybody?
It's open. Everyone knows it. Break up.
Yeah, like,
People know it before you do.
yeah, like, you might not know, you know, like, what has happened. You know, you just, you know, you might be, your status might say, you know, in a relationship or whatever, but you look on, you know, the news feed and you see that your boyfriend, girlfriend or whatever, you know, their status is single. You're just like, you know, what's going on? You know, why don't I know about this? Breaking up should definitely be something that is, you know, like you should both discuss.
That's an
And
easy way out, though. Just you don't gotta confront
Right.
somebody.
Yeah. That's worst thing in the breakup text message.
yeah.
That's all.
I mean, are there other ways to break up, like in a bad way, you know, besides like talking face to face?
A letter?
A letter.
Who writes
What y'all
letters?
say in the back? Yeah. It's true.
Let's hear them like one at a time. So, you know, I heard a letter in the back. Like, what are another ways? Like, I think I heard over the phone. Like, tell a friend. You know, oh yeah, y'all are no longer in a relationship. She wanted me to let you know that. That's not. But yeah, like that's, you know, those are really, breaking up should definitely be something that happens like between you and your partner, especially if it's something that, you know, needs, you know, if it needs to happen, then, you know, it's something that y'all should talk about rather than, you know, you send, or, you know, somebody else, or, you know, all those kinds of ways, like the easy ways out. You know, it should definitely be something face to face. It's hard to do that, and it might be awkward, but ultimately that's going to be the best thing for the both of you. So.
And I think what you just said is a good leeway into the third skit. What Shay and Ben were doing, at first when they were talking, it was awkward. But you have to get over that awkwardness to have a healthy breakup. So what are the benefits of having a healthy breakup? A possible friendship, understanding, and that way you don't go around and hurt anyone's feelings. So, you know, deal with the awkwardness. It's okay. Like,
Question now. how many people like break up with somebody? Can you still have a friendship with the person you just got through dating? Really?
Oh, really?
So that means when you go hang out, it shouldn't be one-on-one, or should you be with groups? Groups are easy.
Okay, I got a group and I got a both. So can the group go first? Why would it be group settings?
I guess 'cause, as a group, you like if you're with friends, you are already with. It's not like that boyfriend girlfriend relationship. But when you're together, it's like it's more like you like it's awkward because y'all by yourself. You don't know what to think by yourself. But as a group, you can be distracted.
You don't know what to think. What? I want to expand on that. Like, what do you think she means by that? You know, if you're by yourselves, you don't know what to think. What?
I mean, you like sit seats apart. You like just sit there and not talk. It's like it's kind of awkward. But if you start like if you want to stay friends and you start out going out with your friends in a group, then as y'all work on having a friendship instead of being in a relationship, it'll just be more easier. And then after a while, you can go out with each other and just be, you know, ha ha, hey hey. You know?
Right. I mean, it's hard to make that transition, right? Like, you know, if you are, you know, so, you know, I don't want to say in love, but if you have, you know, really strong feelings for a person or whatever, and you know they break up with you, and then you know the next thing you know, y'all are hanging out alone. You know, well. How would that make you feel? You know, you still want things to be like, you know, like they were before, but, you know, it's hard because, you know, y'all are no longer, you know, a couple. So, you know, I think you have to work on making the transition into being in a relationship and being, you know, friends. And I guess it can depend on, you know, why you break up, you know, like with Shay and Dan, you know, it was already over, you know, like, so they just had to end it, but.
Another thing you said was about being friends. Regardless of being friends afterwards, you need to be friends before. That way you have a greater possibility of being friends afterwards. If you don't know the person you're with, you know, of course it's gonna, well, there's the potential it can you know, go bad. So being friends being friends before serves a greater chance of being friends afterwards.
Yeah. And one point from the last skit or whatever that we kind of like skipped over, you know, the texting and cheating. Like, do y'all think in that scene that, you know, well, my character Mike, you know, his texting or whatever with Natalie, was that cheating or was it not? Okay, why not? Okay, why not?
I think it depends on what y'all was talking about, because at the same time, in the skit, it seemed like he was really liking Natalie. So,
okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, in the scene, it seemed like he did like Natalie, and he was ready to dump his girlfriend and just go with Natalie. So, right then it did seem like, if you like, buddy, babe, hey, what you doing? Then just on the computer like that, but he seemed like he really liked Natalie.
I mean, they weren't just talking, right? Yeah, they were talking, but. You know, they were talking about, you know, CDs and...
Yeah, but you sounded really... Mike sounded really...
He sounded really excited and happy to be talking to Natalie.
In other words, you weren't excited to see me.
Yeah, and, you know, later in the scene...
To show them to Janet, he would ask, would you show it to Janet? He said, no, I would not.
Right, like, later in the scene when, you know, like, you know, when Chelsea was like, you know, oh, well, would you show those to Janet? And Mike was like, no, why? You know... So, you know, if he wasn't going to show those texts to Janet, then why is that not cheating? It is, right? Because he didn't want her to see those texts.
Oh, but everybody deserves privacy. Okay.
So how do you define cheating?
Right.
That's the question. What is y'all's definition of cheating in that case? If everybody deserves their privacy.
What is cheating?
What is cheating?
Yeah, what's cheating?
Having some kind of relationship with another person if you're already in a relationship with somebody else. That's what I think. Intimate. Intimate.
Sexual.
Any contact with body.
Okay, so talking, just talking, isn't cheating. Okay. One person
Let's go one at a time. Let's get you in the purple.
You don't have to have a sexual relationship with somebody to be cheating. Flirting is also cheating.
Everybody flirts. Everybody flirts. So, okay, so I have a question along with that. You know, would you like for your partner, you know, not, you know, with just a person of the opposite sex, would you be happy with them, or just fine with them just flirting, like, intensely with another person? Oh, okay. So how people are these days, you know, flirting. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get an understanding. So flirting, you know, these days is just a common thing that everybody does.
Okay. Can we bring it down a little bit so we can hear everybody, please?
I'm not in a relationship, so right. But I'm sure if I was, you know, and I was a very flirtatious person, you know, whatever, I don't think my partner would be happy with that, right? So you have to tone it down, yeah. So, okay, so you know, yeah. So getting off that, so you know, we've got like, are there any other like anybody else have anything to say about cheating, like what they think cheating
or anything else?
Yes.
So it sounds like there's a lot of different definitions of cheating. So how do you handle that in a relationship? When you have a different definition than what the person that you're in a relationship with has, what do you do?
Talk about what's
This definition is right. How do you go about that?
You just go by saying boundaries.
Okay, why?
He was cheating because that girl, she was trying to get that other girl man, because she was like, oh, I found this city, you remind me of you. Then he getting all mixed up. Oh, she's thinking about me. So now he want to break up with his girlfriend to get her so he can find out what this city about or whatever. So it's cheating. And then if my boyfriend be flirting, I'll be mad too. So you flirt with somebody, you can't be flirting and then have a girlfriend, because if your girlfriend find out, she's going to be ready to fight you in the girl.
I think something, okay.
I think you should know each other's definition of cheating before you even get in a relationship, so it won't be like any problems once it starts.
Right.
So that ties to knowing you have to compromise and you have to know different boundaries. So you have, once again, you have to know your partner, being you have to be friends before.
Okay, you keep going.
If you're already friends and you already around this person, you already know what they do, and he already knows what you do. So, I mean, you know each other after that. So you basically know that person.
And I think along, you know, kind of what she was saying, I think Mike had already decided before his conversation with Natalie that he wanted to break up with Janet, right? But he hadn't yet, you know, so the fact that he was still talking to her, even though he'd made up in his mind, you know, I'm going to break up with Janet, the fact that he was still talking to this other girl, it was still cheating because he was still, you know, committed to Janet, right? Because he hadn't officially made the breakup. And even when he did, it wasn't in the right way. So. No. Right, like Janet wasn't completely innocent in the, you know, the situation, because she was obviously a little controlling, you know, as we could see, you know, stalking him or whatever and things like that. So, but that just kind of gave Mike a reason more to go ahead and end things with Janet the right way. But the problem that, you know, the thing that he did is he went ahead and decided he wanted to, you know, start this thing with Natalie before he ended things with Janet. So it's just kind of like, you know, even though Janet was wrong, you know, he has to make the situation right by making the clean breakup, which he did not do. So, did anybody else want to say something?
In all of the skits, and based on what you said, it's basically about respect. If he had respected her enough to end a relationship and respected himself enough to say, I need to be free of this individual before I can move on. And that's what it's basically about, respecting yourself and respecting the other person enough to let them know that you're ready to move on.
And you know, it also sounds as though he was trying to make sure he had a new relationship before he resolved the old relationship. And sometimes teens do that. Instead of making a clean break, you know, having some downtime for themselves, they get into another relationship before the other one is over and resolved. And it causes hardship and stress.
Right, kind of like a backup plan, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, well, you know, things aren't going really well with me and Janet, but I kind of want us, I kind of still want to be in a relationship with her, until I can find somebody else. So let me get this thing with, Natalie, and then, okay, then once things are good, I'll go ahead and things with Janet. That's not right, right?
What it is, you need to love yourself before you can love somebody else. And I think what a problem with teens have is that they're uncomfortable with their body because they're still changing and everything. They're like, I don't know if I can be on my own. So they want to make sure that they have somebody else to go to before they end up, break up with that other person because they're just so uncomfortable. And you need to love yourself so you can be by yourself and be happy, and then you can be with somebody else and make them happy and be happy yourself at the same time.
Right. Anybody else have any questions?
Do you guys have any questions for us?
Like just anything. Any questions about the play? Any questions about the TAB, as we like to call it, Teen Advisory Board?
I know you said you're not in a relationship. Are any of the others in a relationship?
I'm in a relationship.
Single.
Yeah. Currently single. But that's okay. That's okay.
High school or college?
It's like college.
Well, college right here.
It's everybody now.
Okay, we switch.
Some of them are starting college.
Some of them are starting.
So I think we range from freshmen in college, upcoming freshmen, to junior.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's the junior. So, but yeah. Any other questions?
As teenagers, do you recognize that your personalities and desires change frequently? And I'm sure it's males, because males, quote, not get in trouble, but mature slower than women or females. So have you found, in your own relationships, that they're kind of lacking in the maturity stage?
Well, when I first joined TAB, over a year ago, I was in a different relationship with a guy, and it was the first relationship I was ever in. And when I was in TAB, we went through all these training and stuff, and I realized this isn't a healthy relationship, and I tried to resolve it with him, and it didn't work out. And I just realized that he and I were on two different levels, and so we had to break it off. And I waited a significant amount of time before I started dating the other guy, and now I know how to handle it and how to communicate with him, and it's I can get him on the same level with me, and it's a lot easier.
I think we all go through that, because if I'm talking to one of my friends and they're having a problem, I'm like, oh, I'm having an RS moment, relationship smarts, this is what you need to do. Your relationship pyramid is upside down right now, you need to flip it back over. So, I mean, once you hear it a few times, or even once, it sticks there. And once you tell somebody else, they'll think about it. My friends now, they're like, oh, Aisha, you were right. Red flag versus the white flag, with all the little games we play and stuff, but, it does work. It helps. It's a cool program.
One last question. And what advice would you give these teens between emotional, sporadic sex and love? The difference.
Okay.
Breathe for your answer. Let me rephrase this.
Yes, please.
Okay, in other words, to be honest, the males would go to the females as teenagers, and they would encourage them to engage in sexual activities. And the female will assume that they're in love with the female. But what the female doesn't realize is that the male's cognitive brain processes are different than the female's, meaning they could do that 24/7 and not be in love. So what advice would you give these teens?
Okay. If you feel like you have to have sex with someone to make them want to be with you or to make them love you, that's not it. That is not love. Each individual is special in their own way. Your body is a temple. You respect your body. When you do decide to do that, make sure it is right for you and no one else. Don't depend on anybody else to have a sexual relationship with, because it's not that deep. It's not that serious. Make yourself happy. Be comfortable with yourself. Be confident with yourself. And then you decide how you want to be with somebody else.
And you need to set boundaries. When you start a relationship, you're going to say, this is how far I'm going to go, and I'm not going to compromise that. And so if you have boundaries set beforehand, when they're in the heat of the moment, you're going to be like, oh wait, I have my boundaries, rather than if you've never really talked about it, you might be more likely to give in. So if you talk about it before, it can help.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, and y'all can disagree with me or whatever if I'm wrong, but from what I noticed or whatever about what both of them are saying, it seems like, with my experience, men have the tendency to use love to get sex, and females have the tendency to use sex to get love, right? And I think the problem with that is like that's, you know, both, you know, people in that situation are, you know, looking for one thing or whatever, but, you know, they're gonna be at odds with each other, you know, because with that, you know, females tend to, yeah, like give up their boundaries or, you know, like compromise themselves in order to get, you know, that love or whatever they want. And guys can take advantage of that. You know, they can just be like, you know, well, I know that, you know, this girl is really, you know, digging me or whatever, so she's going to be, you know, down for this, you know, so, you know, she, you know, he's like, well, that's my opportunity, you know. So I think that what they're saying is really important. You have to know personally where your boundaries are, and you have to decide for yourself when, you know, you want to have sex. And it needs to be with somebody, you know, who you know, and somebody who you have a, you know, mature relationship with that you've built over time. Yeah, right. So, yeah.
And along with that, no means no. They say no, no.
Yeah.
It just is no.
Like, you know, there's no need to pressure or whatever. You know, like if, you know, like guys, you know, when girls say they don't want it or whatever, you know, don't pressure, you know, don't push or whatever. And the same thing goes for girls. You know, it's not just, you know, it's not just guys. You know, guys can be pressured into doing that too. You know, I know like jocks or like, I don't know, like, you know, I know like at our school, you know, there's this thing, you know, the basketball players, you know, or just an example or whatever, you know, if you're not, you know, doing this with this girl or whatever, you don't have these many girls or whatever, then you're, you know, lame or you're not, you know what I mean? Like you don't have a good reputation or whatever. So some guys are pressured into doing all these things or whatever when, you know, that's not right. You know, guys have to know their boundaries too, and they have to, you know, respect themselves as well, right? So, yeah. Okay. So, I think we have time for maybe one more question. So.
A couple more? Nobody? Okay.
Do y'all have any questions?
Yeah, do y'all have any?
And what advice would you give them in relationships when they're in relationships and either party uses vulgarity constantly to them? That does not mean love. Can you please horn up on that a little bit?
If someone uses vulgarity to you and you feel disrespected, it's not love. You have to respect yourself first, and they have to respect you in the same. So if you feel threatened at any time, if you feel hurt, you want to go and cry or whatever it is you do when you're in that state, no one should ever disrespect you in a relationship, and you should never disrespect yourself by being with that person.
Like I think, you know, a thing about love is, you know, it's possible to be in love as a teenager, right? You know, love is, you know, it's a possible thing. I don't think that, you know, that's, you know, common or whatever, but, you know, it can happen, right? But I think it's important to know the difference between love and infatuation, because they can be kind of, you know, it can be easy to be confused. You know, so you have to like, you know, well, I'm thinking about this person all the time or whatever, this must be love. You know, no, it's not. You know, love is something that takes time, you know, so, and with love, you know, like respect is gonna follow, I think, so. Yeah.
Or with respect, love will follow.
Right.
And like with the vulgarity, like when you first become, like there might be like, say when you're friends, you always used to joke around, but once you start dating, it's kind of different. And if they do say something that upsets you, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's abuse, but you need to tell them, hey, I don't like that, it makes me feel bad, don't say it again. And if they keep doing it after you've confronted them, that's when it's abuse, and that's when it's being disrespectful, and that's when you need to, like...
That's what we call a red flag.
Yes. Red flag. Oh, she
Yeah.
had a flag, so we can show you.
Yes.
I noticed that no one mentioned violence in a relationship other than just verbal or emotional. So what is the percentage of, or the prevalency of violent abuse in a relationship?
Well, actually, we're going to do another session at 2:15. We're going to have all the statistics and the violence versus everything laid out for you guys. So y'all come to that one. It's a good one. We'll talk about
Sadly,
it.
we're running out of time. But.
Oh, we have one more question.
Okay, I do not know the answer to this, so could you please tell me?
Okay.
Why is it in today's society, when men sleep around with a lot of females, they consider the man or whatever, but when women do it, the promiscuous or one of, they call them sluts or even other derogatory terms. Why do you think that they do that?
It's a good question. Is that like is that the double standard? Is that what you call that? Yeah.
Are we asking for like opinions here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Opinion.
I think it's a, repeat the question. She asked why, like if men go sleep around, why are they not, they're considered, you know, hey, they're the man, but if a girl does it, you know, they're promiscuous. In my opinion, I just think it's because society puts males as a more dominant individual, and what the man says goes. But it doesn't always work like that. That's just what society. That's just what I'm saying. But that I mean, that's how I feel about it. You know, not to say that, you know, the man can't be in charge, but that's just my opinion. Society makes man seem like, hey, he's the man. The man's in control. The man's gonna do what he wants, and the woman is supposed to be submissive to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I feel. Anybody else?
But that's not.
I was just thinking, like a 17-year-old young male, he can stay out until 12, but my daughter that's 17 has to be home at 10. So it's the same thing. You know, it's a thing that's happened through life. That's how it is. You can't change it.
I think the media has to do a lot with it too. I mean, you see the music videos, and I said, whoa, the media has to do a lot with it because you see music videos and the guys have like 50 girls at least. And so, I mean, how can you look at that every day and expect society not to follow that? Because it's on TV every day. So it's hard not to follow.
I think what he's saying is exactly right. Like in media, like girls are seen as objects, like, you know, goals or whatever, you know, like to be conquered and achieved, you know, and that's not right. And you know, the media has a big thing with that. So yeah.
Well, that was all we had time for. We really appreciate y'all. You're a great audience.
Thank you.